Jim McKelvey, the founder of Square, wanted to understand why other businesses, particularly Amazon, found it difficult to replicate the concept in order to compete with Square. McKelvey came to the conclusion that Square's various levels of inventions, or what he refers to as the innovation stack, were the key to its success. In other words, there were several obstacles to admission. The military is familiar with this idea. During World War I, France's defense against the Germans included the Maginot Line. The Maginot Line had many defensive layers, including observation posts along the German border up front and anti-tank, mortar, and machine gun positions farther back. It was more than 16 miles wide at its widest point. Aircraft patrols were scarce at the period and there were no intelligence satellites. A network of 78 hilltop decks, that provided area intelligence, allowed watchers to direct weaponry as necessary dependent on the situation on the ground. The underground network of infantry bunkers allowed troops to shift fast depending on the direction of enemy strikes. According to Military History Now, the system was also connected by a phone and wireless communications network. Like the wheel and the light bulb, sliced bread is frequently recognized as one of history's most important inventions. Otto F. Roeder is credited with creating sliced bread in the beginning. However, after developing the slicing device, Roeder discovered that because there were so many exposed surfaces, the bread slices staled far more quickly than unsliced bread did. All the extra processes needed to keep the slices of bread together and the quick wrapping procedure were the key advances for sliced bread. A bread slicing machine, a bread slicer wire, a bread rack, bread staples, and bread handling were all covered by multiple patents that covered the entire process of making sliced bread. One of the most famous innovations is the light bulb, which was created more than 70 years before Thomas Edison's invention, by Sir Humphrey Davy of England. Again, in this case, the initial invention is merely the first step toward commercialization. Making it a commercial success is a whole different task. The commercial success of Davy's innovation was achieved by Thomas Edison and his crew. The actual light bulb, the systems needed to make it happen, the production method, related parts, and patents to make it happen, the ideal filament material, the gas in the bulb, the glass's form and thickness, the interface between the socket and the bulb for simple replacement, the light switch, the chandelier, and the system for delivering energy to the buildings all had to be in place. Obviously, the first step to any successful innovation is having a good idea. But the devil is in the details. When you begin to put that smart idea into practice, a lot of roadblocks appear. The answers to these problems present possibilities to create new levels of entry barriers, which will make it more challenging for your rivals to overtake you. Remember that success frequently requires more than simply a great idea or innovative technology. Relationships with customers, channels, and the supply chain, as well as access to money and logistics of implementation, are other crucial factors. Consider the invention of the wheel. Even that straightforward creation was initially utilized for creating pottery rather than transportation. The development of the axle made it easier to use wheels for transportation in the beginning. Once more, even in this straightforward scenario, the wheel's utility for transportation required a number of layers of advancements. It is not unusual to need further innovations after you begin the actual creation of a new product. Keep the progress going. Reverse engineer your design once you're finished and have a prototype. You'll frequently discover that you picked up a number of additional innovations along the path.